A very good morning to everyone. Children, in the previous video we have discussed about the reproduction in animals, and I have just given a brief introduction about reproduction in animals. And one more very important thing, the reproductive system which we are going to discuss here is of class 8th level. So let's start with the human reproductive system. Now, human beings reproduce by sexual reproduction. You all know that human beings reproduce by sexual reproduction, and it involves two individuals of opposite sexes. Human beings are unisexual. Unisexual means male and female reproductive organs are present in separate individual. Male organ present in male individual, whereas the female reproductive organ present in the female individual. Children, these two are the signs of male and female. This represents the male and this represents the female. Then moving on, men and women have external differences also. And these external differences are called as the secondary sexual characters. Means the characters by which we can differentiate or we can identify the external characters by which we can identify between a male and a female, those characters are called as secondary sexual characters. Now let's see some secondary sexual characters. These characters are non-reproductive traits such as breast, hips in girls, and facial hairs, widening of hips in girls. Facial hairs means the development of beard and mustache in males, and deepening of voice in boys develop. Now pubic hair and armpit grow in both male and female. Now let's talk about the male reproductive system here in this video. Children, male reproductive system of human consists of testis, epididymis, sperm ducts or vas deferentia, urethra, penis, and here are three accessory glands: seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and Cowper's gland. Let us see the structure of the male reproductive system. Children, this one is testis. So in males, a pair of testes are present. This one is one and this one is the second one. These testes are located outside the abdominal cavity. Now why they are located outside the abdominal cavity? Because the formation and the maturation of sperms require a 2 degrees centigrade temperature, 2 or 3 degrees centigrade temperature lesser than the body temperature. And these testes are located outside the abdominal cavity, therefore they have a 2 degrees centigrade or a 3 degrees centigrade lesser temperature than the body temperature. That's why these are present outside the abdominal cavity, and the maturation of sperms become easier. Now you can see the various structures associated with. These testes are located in the scrotal sac, or also called as scrotum. Now from the testis arises the epididymis. This one is epididymis, and these are tube-like structures. Then from epididymis arises the vas deferens, or we can also call them as sperm ducts. Then these sperm ducts continues, and these sperm ducts are then enters here and enters inside the penis, goes and then enters the urethra is there. Now this sperm duct is associated with three accessory glands: prostate gland, Cowper's gland, and seminal vesicle. Now children, let's see the detailed function of each and every part. Testes. This one is testes, and this one singular is testis. 2 in number and oval in shape. Present in scrotum outside the abdominal cavity, and each testis has number of coiled tubes, various coiled tubes, and sperms are produced inside these tubes. You can see that the coiled tubes are present here. Then epididymis lies in the scrotum in close proximity with testis, and sperms mature and are stored in epididymis. Let's see here. This one is testis, and the epididymis is present in close proximity with testis. So sperms mature inside the epididymis. Then moving on, sperm duct and vas deferentia. This sperm duct or vas deferentia starts from epididymis, and these are responsible for ejecting the sperms into the urethra prior to ejaculation. You can see here that the sperm duct starts from here. This one is vas deferentia or sperm duct. Then urethra. Urethra is a median tube-like structure that extends to through penis and opens at the tip of the penis. And this urethra serves as the passage for both urine and sperm. Now children, here is the structure. You can see that this muscular structure is the penis, and inside it urethra is present. The urethra is a common passage for both penis and the reproductive or we can say and the sperm, reproductive fluid we can say. Now penis is a muscular and erectile organ, and it delivers the sperms in the vagina of female for fertilization with ovum. Now children, let's see about the three accessory glands: seminal vesicles, prostate and Cowper's gland. All these three are accessory glands and they are associated with the male reproductive organs. Their secretion forms the fluid part of the semen. It forms the fluid part of the semen. Then what is a semen? Semen is a thick whitish liquid containing sperms, and the semen also contain the secretion from the accessory gland of the male reproductive system. So this was about the male reproductive system. Thank you. That's all for today.